Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors to apostles and elders for great millstone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth with humiliation all across the four winds. To you, I salute. This is the brothers of Zion going back to another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I was just meditating on a precept in John 14 and 27, and pretty much Yahushai, the scripture said, let me just bring it out, this John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I will give unto you, not as the world give it. Not as the world give it, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Okay. The scripture say, my peace I give unto you. Okay. Alright, and pretty much, it's beautiful, in these times, because, even though we do this work, we do the work of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, do our lessons and stuff like that. We go do our jobs and stuff like that, and all that. You still have to find the balance. You gotta find balance, to balance out your life. Alright. Because, where do you find your comfort or your peace? Alright, where do you find your comfort or your peace, especially in these times? Because, hey, okay, you would, like these people, they look for the word for peace. Alright, because, they don't have the comforter, but we have the comforter. And pretty much, this world, alright, this all about wickedness, so people only can try to please their flesh, all that is in the flesh is the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, briefly paraphrasing for you, it is for John 2 and 15. Okay, you ain't gonna find no peace in this world. So where do you find peace? In these scriptures. Yahushua say, peace I leave with you. Alright, and when you go up and look at the word peace, it means a state of national tranquility, exempted from the rage and havoc of war. Alright, that's these scriptures. This is where we find our peace, in these scriptures. You don't care how much money you have, I don't care whatever it is. Because at the end of the day, you won't find true peace other than these scriptures. Would comfort your mind, console you, you gotta, the only way you can find true peace is these scriptures. It says peace between individuals, harmony, concord, security, safety, prosperity, because peace and harmony make and keep things safe and prosperous. Of the Messiah's peace is the way that leads to peace, salvation. Alright? Of Christianity, the tranquil state of a soul assured of its salvation to Mashiach, and so fearing nothing from Yahweh and content with its earthly lot. And whatsoever sort that is. Alright? And so fearing nothing from Yahweh and content with his earthly lot. You got to be content with your earthly lot. Of whatever sort that is. A blessed state of devout and upright men after death. You see that? But it says here, and so fearing nothing from Yahweh and content with his earthly lot. Alright, so you got to be content with your earthly lot. Whatever the Lord position the Lord put you in. Okay, you gotta be content, mate. Because you see a lot of these people here is want more and more and more and more. And a lot of these people, they covetous are there. They covetous bad. They eager to have what other people have. That ain't the way to be. Because I see people in the community, family members. This one building up their, I would say, their little empire. And the other one jealous, they gonna try to do something greater. That's like, boy, when you covetous, that's a bad thing. You know. So when you are a when you are a state of peace or a peace in Yahweh Shai, you can be content with your earthly lot. You're gonna be worrying and watching this one and that one, you know. Okay, Yahweh Shai say, my peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. That's these scriptures. These scriptures. They console us. They comfort us. Okay? If you finding peace in any other thing, buddy boy, it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last. Alright? This is John 16:33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. Alright? State of tranquility. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Okay? Yahweh Shai said, be of good cheer, you overcome the world. Alright? These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In these scriptures, these will console us. Alright? You know? And hey, I learned from, listening to the elders, you know what I mean? You gotta deal with everything through Yahweh Shai, through the spirit. Alright, don't deal with nothing through a carnal aspect. Deal with everything through the spirit. Utilize these scriptures. Okay? Because this world is full of heartaches, pain, suffering. Alright? Yahweh Shai say he overcome the world. Alright, he's sitting down the right hand of the Father. Okay? So, he leave us the comforter. Alright? So we got these scriptures to apply these to our life. Boy. Alright? Apply these things to our life. Okay? If you finding peace in other things other than this word, you could truly be happy. Yeah, for the start of it, you might feel good or whatever, but when you realize, vanity, Solomon say vanity and vanity and vanity. Alright? And vexation of spirit. That's all it is. Alright? Okay? So, if you focusing on the flesh, ain't nothing can be saying. But if you more focus on the spirit, guess what? Check this out. Check out the fruits of the spirit. Okay? It says, this is Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, and peace. Love, joy, and peace. You see that joy, gladness, the joy received from you, the cause of occasion of joy of persons who are once joy. You alright? Cheerfulness. So, hey, what's powerful? If you have joy within yourself, you're gonna have that for others, especially in this brotherhood. Right? If you have joy within yourself, you're gonna want that for others. Right? Because I was looking up something, right? It says peace synonym joy, right? It says while peace and joy are related concepts, their closest synonyms differ. Peace is closer to serenity, tranquility, or calmness, while joy is more like happiness, bliss, or delight. However, words like contentment, fulfillment, and serenity can serve as bridges between the two concepts, describing a state of both calm and gladness. Alright, synonym for peace: serenity, a state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled. Tranquility, a state of peace, quietness, and calmness. Alright, contentment means a state of satisfaction. Alright, now this synonym for peace, a state of satisfaction. You got to be satisfied, like it says, with one's earthly lot. Alright, be satisfied with the Lord give you. Because when you don't be satisfied, you end up sometimes like these people. You're gonna be in a state where you're pleasing your flesh, and then that leads to sometimes the overindulgence, and then you start the eventually you get covetous. You want this and you want that and this thing. Hey, that's how it is, right? Okay. Synonyms for joy: happiness, a state of well-being and contentment. All right. And once you have that in yourself, you gonna wonder for others. Bliss, extreme happiness, delight, great pleasure. Alright? And guess what? Alright? When you have joy within yourself, you're going to have great pleasure what? To do this work. To put in time for the Lord. Gladness, a state of being glad. Elation, a feeling of great happiness and ex- exhilaration, fulfillment, a feeling of satisfaction from achieving one's potential or needs. Alright? You see that? Words that connect peace and joy. Contentment. You see that? A feeling of satisfaction that brings both peace and sense of well-being. You see that? Words that connect peace and joy. Contentment. You got to be content. Then you get serenity. Can describe the calm of peace and the peacefulness, happiness of joy. You see that? So you got to have these within yourself. Alright? You got to have these traits within yourself. Because if you have these in yourself, or you can wonder for others. Because that in you. You know? And that vibe and that vibration is going to spread. People are going to see that. And sometimes people get gravitate to that, You know? They gravitate to, that light. And then they see how joyful you is. People gravitate to that. So, hey, it's best, you find peace in yourself, which is these scriptures. These is what comfort us. All right, and when all hell broke loose out here, these people, now when they don't have no peace within themselves, they don't have tranquility, which is Yahweh Shai. Come from these scriptures. What you think gonna happen? They gonna bug out. With us now. That's why we have to continue to, basically find that balance in our life. All right, find that balance within yourself. All right, find that balance within yourself. All right, okay. We didn't see how these people operate in the spirit, so you got to deal with them through Yahweh Shem Shai and walk in wisdom. If let's say if you go on a job and you have it whereby everybody know what you all about. So, you don't forcefully, do things in a way to try it, force things on people. People don't know what you're about. You just keep it moving because these people ain't gonna get it anyhow. So you don't scratch yourself about them or whatever. They done heard the word. That's it. Keep it moving. You don't worry about these people. Once you have joy and peace with yourself, keep on moving. All right. In your life, your daily life, man, you have contentment, whatever the Lord give you. You get your jobs, even your side jobs. And you get them, whatever the Lord bless you, be content with it. Don't be overindulging in certain things. Have time for the Lord, find that balance, and you move on. But you must have peace within yourself. Have joy within yourself. And that's only through these scriptures. What is going to comfort us in these last days. Alright, this voice Maccabees 12 and 9. Therefore we also, albeit. Alright, no, let me start at verse. Voice Maccabees 12 and 6. This Jonathan writing to the Lacedaemonians, or the Spartans, which were Israelites. Alright, it was on the stock of Abraham. It says, Jonathan the high priest and the elders of the nation and the priests and out of the Jews unto the Lacedaemonians, their brethren, send greeting. There were letters set in time past unto Ananias, the high priest from Darius, who reigned then among you, to signify that ye are brethren, as the copy here underwritten does specify. At which time Ananias entreated the ambassador that was sent honorably, and received the letters, wherein declaration was made of the league and friendship. It says, therefore we also, albeit we need none of these things, but we have the holy books of the scriptures in our hands. Alright, to comfort us. Alright. This our comfort. This our tranquility. These scriptures. Alright. But guess what? These got to be in you. Alright. Because you could read these and still ain't applying these. These got to be within you. Alright. Okay. His peace he leave with us. So we got to apply these scriptures. All right. Apply these scriptures to our life. All right. When you apply it to your life, that's how you get the peace. All right. You got to apply this to your life too. Because you're walking in wisdom toward them that are without. Okay. So, hey, like the scriptures say, my peace. Okay. All right. Our joy, comfort, gladness, you know. All right. Comes through Yahweh Shai, these scriptures. All right. Okay. Okay. So, try, to, you know, focus more of the fruits of the spirit, not lean more in the flesh. You got to refrain yourself from your appetites in each time. Start with me myself. I can criticize myself first, but pretty much through the spirit, you gotta have peace within yourself. You gotta have peace within yourself, and the only way is through these scriptures, and applying these to your life. But yeah, man, I just want to bring those to spirit and Bobby Abishmashai, Bashim Rakakodash. Yeah, man, Shalom.